Alright guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to the Shit Will Happen YouTube channel. We've talked about this before, right? The goal behind, we're going to talk mental health, physical health, we're going to talk about your business, we're going to talk about entrepreneur, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different things on this channel here today. And today, I did want to talk to you about mental health, because mental health is a big thing, especially this time of the year. It's cold, it's gray out there for a lot of the country, and because of that, we're going to go over some of the things here on that, because I've seen a lot of Facebook posts this week about people being in funks right after the holidays come in. Sometimes you get into a funk. There's seasonal depression this time of year because it's gray and cloudy. I mean, I went to school up in Binghamton, New York, where it's only sunny a certain part of the year, and I feel bad for all you guys living out in Seattle, Washington, out there, right? One of the highest suicide rates in January and February. They have to take a trip to get some vitamin D. You guys in Arizona may not have that same problem. But let's talk a little bit about that and how that happens. And what the key right here is this: it's your brain, right? Your brain starts coming up with stories in your head, and we do a lot of trainings on this with my team, is about getting rid of those stories in their head. And your brain starts to create stories, and you start to believe them, and then you get upset, you get depressed, right? Because you're just staying in your head and doing those types of things. So I always tell my team, the fastest way to change your mood, get out of a funk, whatever it happens to be, is to get into your body. Right? That's what you got to do. As soon as you get into your body, you start moving. So let's talk a little bit more about that. All right. Now there's some great books out there on this. There's the 5 a.m. Club. There's different things about winning the morning. But really, let's talk about that, because it's super important that you kick off your day the right way to get you out of the funk. Right? Once you start moving, once you start doing these things, it changes all the chemicals in your body automatically. And that's what's really important here. So there's a couple secrets behind this, and it all starts in your morning. And the faster you do this, and I don't care if you get up at 5 a.m. or 11 a.m., doesn't matter to me, right? Whatever time you wake up based on your body, all those types of things, you need to kick it in, because you need that sleep. And sometimes when people are in these funks, they don't get sleep, right? And then the stories get bigger and they stay in their heads, and it gets wrapped around and wrapped around. So you guys got to get out of your heads. And the fastest way to do that, as I said, is to get into your body and start exercising. So let's talk about a couple things. Number one, the 5 a.m. Club book, Robin Shermer talks about the 20-20-20, right? And I've got a different take on that, and it's sort of funny. I just found his podcast the other day. Somebody sent it over to me when he did with Jay Shetty, and I had already written a book about this, which will hopefully be live on Amazon next week, so you guys will have an opportunity to see that and to sort of track this activity for you. But his 20-20-20 goes like this, right? We all know that when we wake up in the morning, we have the most cortisol in our body, and that cortisol represents the fear. And Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about that, how our brain is a record of the past, and we want to keep going back and relive in past traumas and past things like that, right? So we got to change that, right? And the fastest way to do that is when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you got to do is you got to move, right? And that's his 2020. In his 2020, the first one is movement, right? Get into your body. Like I've been telling my team for years, get into your body. Just get out of your head, get into your body. I don't care what it is. Go for a walk, go for a run, lift weights, do yoga. I don't care what it is. You just got to start moving, because if you do 15 or 20 minutes of that, and that's just the minimum, right? And I'll talk to you about that here in a second. That's just the minimum, and that helps your body go. And what that does is it starts to release the serotonin in your body, right? And starts to release endorphins in your body, and it automatically changes your mood whether you want it to or not. That's the crazy thing about it. It gets you out of your funk automatically, because you're automatically moving, you're doing things, right? You get up and you do that. Second thing here is he talks about doing some sort of meditation to sort of ground yourself, get you into your day. And it's sort of funny because we already have that in the same philosophy here, right? Whether you meditate, whether you pray, whatever it is, and you do some visualization as part of that, right? So now you're sort of grounded. You got your movement. Now you're sort of grounding yourself in your day, and you make yourself stronger. Right? So whatever comes through your day, you're already prepared. And if you don't visualize your day and you don't have a plan for your day, guess what? Life's going to take it over. You're going to lose your day because you didn't have a plan for it. And then there's his second one here. Actually, he goes meditation and then visualization. I do it differently. Right? So there's 20-20. That's an hour. You just need an hour in your morning. And the worst thing you guys can do, by the way, is probably use the device that you're watching this on right now, which is your phone. Right? When you look at your phone, you get sucked into it. It's the worst thing that you can do for your day. It's the first thing to get up there and do that. But you guys are all addicted to the dopamine in it, right? Oh, did somebody like my post? Oh, did somebody like my YouTube channel? Oh, did somebody like this on Instagram, right? Did I get a text from that person? You guys are all addicted to that dopamine. We'll talk about that in the future. But the third thing for me is reading, right? Reading, podcast, YouTube, whatever it is, right? I'm not a big reader as much. I like to listen to stuff while I do it and be able to do that. So I like to listen to different trainings, different things like that. So you're constantly growing, you're constantly learning, and then you can apply that to your life, right? And for me, the fourth one here is nutrition. So I heard Guru, one of the mystics out of India, talks about we eat like 1,400 tons of food, right? And it's constantly going in and out of our body, because we don't weigh 1,400 tons, right? And that being the case, our nutrition here fuels, also helps affect our mood, right? If you're eating crap food, Doritos, Cokes, right? All those things, right? You're just eating things full of chemicals. Well, yeah, it's gonna have that same negative effect on you, right? It's gonna have that same negative effect. It's gonna keep you in the funk. You know, a lot of people, well, that's my comfort food, right? I go to ice cream or I go to these different things. Well, yeah, you're gonna stay in that negative mood because you're just feeding it, right? You fed your endorphins, right? Your dopamine, and you're just staying in the same cycle. So if I get into a healthy nutrition plan, whatever that happens to be for you, right? Some people are vegetarians, some people are on the no carb diet. I don't care what you do, but you gotta watch that nutrition because it's gonna fuel all of this right here. So I believe there's 4 key things to it, and the fourth one being nutrition with it, right? With the right nutrition, we can get out of that funk. So you got your exercise in the morning, you got your meditation, you got your prayer, you got your learning, right? And most billionaires do that every day, right? They learn something new, be able to do that, and then get into your nutrition, so you set yourself up for your day. Now you've won your morning. Now you're ready to take on the world. Your body's fueled, your mind's fueled, you're ready to go, and you're out of your funk automatically. You don't even have to do anything. It automatically happens for you. And that's the cool thing about it, right? And that's what's super cool about these types of things. Once you start to study, once you start to understand this, with that. So if shit happens during your day, you're prepared. It rolls off your back, right? Like water off a duck's back. But if you are in a funky state and shit happens during your day, you go right down the toilet. And you can lose a day, you can lose a week, you can lose a month because you're in this funk, right? And it affects you and it just piles on. Oh, that happened to me. I mean, one of the reasons I'm doing this video is I saw somebody had this post on Facebook that I commented on. I was like, look, you know, he's like, I'm in a funk. Now, he didn't want any sympathy, didn't want anything. I give him lots of credit, right, for that. He's just like, I'm in a funk and I don't know how to get out of it. All right, well, this is how you get out of it. Just start doing stuff. Get into your body. Get out of your head. Stop thinking. A lot of people way overthink things. Right? They make a post and they're constantly checking back to their Facebook. Oh, did it get approved? Oh, did somebody like it? Somebody comment on it? That's your dopamine addiction. We gotta break those. And when you start doing these things, you start to break those addictions that you have. And we'll talk about dopamine addiction in the future. It's a big thing with mental health today. And even our teenagers are getting crushed on it. So we'll get into that in the future. But I do want you guys to understand, if you do these 4 things in your morning, right? Get yourself set up. You're gonna win the morning, which sets you up for the day because you're already in a great mood. You're already set up for the day. If you're already planned out your day, like Dr. Joe says, we visualize our day, what's gonna happen, what we're gonna do. We're in an awesome place. But do you wanna be in your funk? Or do you wanna get out of your head and into your body so you can have a great day? That's your choice for the weekend. All right, and next week I guarantee we'll have the book up where you can start tracking all of this and building your streaks, because that's an important process of this to break those funks. So be looking for that on Amazon. And let's, this way you're prepared for any stuff that happens in your life, the poop, the shit, the things that go wrong in your life can just roll right off your back because you're already prepared if you do these in your morning. If you don't, it just piles on and drives you down. I got people that create stories all the time in their head, and I just go, oh, great story in your head. When they tell me stuff. Like, oh, this happened. This person did that. No, nobody did anything. They did their thing, and you interpreted it through your brain, overacting, interpret it, get you upset, versus understanding what was really going on. Because you were already in a bad funk. Something already put you in that mood. You guys all know it, right? If I got a pain in my left shoulder, right? I got a pain in my left shoulder, is that good or bad? Nobody knows. It's all how you interpret it, right? If that pain in my left shoulder was because I was working out, well, great. You know what? I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Good pain. I'm growing. I'm getting stronger, right? Ron Williams would be super proud, right? We're getting stronger, better, tougher, right? That pain's a good pain. But if it's cancer, right? That's bad. But it's all how we interpret it, right? It's all how we interpret it. We don't know if pain's good or bad until we interpret it. And that's what you guys do. When you're in a funk, you interpret everything in a bad space, right? But when we're in a good mood, we interpret it all in a good space. So this gets you into that good mood for your day. Win your morning, win your day, take control of your life, and we'll see you on the next time, right back on here. Click below if you haven't subscribed yet to the link to Shit Will Happen. We're gonna start in about 2 weeks. We're gonna start big interviews. You're gonna see some cool stuff start coming out here. We're working on the lighting as well. I know that needs to get fixed. It's on the way. But thank you guys for being here today. Drop your comments, hit your likes, and we'll see you soon.